Hello and welcome to episode 39 of Ryan and Rob in Wrexham, where today we play our first ever Champions League knockout round game. That will be against Atletico Madrid. We came second in our group after that very annoying 5-0, was it 5-0? Maybe 5-1 loss to Milan. If we have a quick look here, we came second there with a substantial loss there, 5-1, that somewhat ruined our goal difference, and all we needed was a draw to top the group. You may have noticed Erling Haaland. Yeah, we haven't even had a knockout game yet, and he's scored 19 goals in the Champions League. If they get far through, like, he is just going to, beat every record by an absolute mile. 20 contributions in 7 games, only 9 goals in 23 Ligue 1 games as well. I don't know what. I guess he must have just scored all of their goals. Let's have a quick look. That is frankly ridiculous. Where is their Champions League group? So he scored 5 there. Then they lost 1-0. Then he scored twice. Then a hat trick. Oh, just the one that time. That's disappointing. Oh, he made up for it with 4 there. So yes. Somewhat ridiculous. How's he done? Okay, that explains why he had 19, because he scored 4 goals in the first knockout round away at Hanover. He's gone a bit mental. But yeah, looking at our own form, we're currently sitting in 4th place in the league, behind Chelsea, Arsenal and Liverpool. We haven't had the best of form recently. If we have a look here, it's been decent, but we've had a couple of annoying draws at various points, and we haven't really played the biggest teams recently. Lots of draws at the end of December, and losses as well. And if you have a look at our schedule, when you get to here, it starts to get really difficult, so we do need to get a good... Well, actually, we only have 2 games before that horrific run. So there's a big chance we'll slip into the Europa League places. I don't think we can go lower than that, or even to Conference League at this point. We need a humongous slip up, but you don't want to be playing all of the top teams, because it just makes your life a bit too difficult, particularly when you've got Champions League. So I'm torn between wanting to go through in the Champions League for the money, or wanting to be knocked out so that I don't have to deal with quite as much fixture congestion. We're still in the FA Cup. We've got Liverpool in that as well, so another instance of getting a horrible draw. If we have a quick look at the transfers we dealt with, as you can see here, our wage budget is completely screwed, but we've got a huge transfer budget. It's just our board won't let us adjust it, which proved to be a bit annoying at various points in the transfer window. Gabriel Barbosa is going to Flamengo in March. Only 2.5 star for us now. Starting to slip down. He's been a very good servant. He's no longer got 20 penalty taking. That is gutting. But yeah, last season he was good. Not so much this season, but 11 goals and 9 assists in 29 games in the Premier League is not bad. We did make one signing this window. That was Javier Olmos. He's a 3-star player, 19-year-old from Al Ain. He had gone from Banfield in Argentina to the UAE, and did pretty well there. He hasn't done amazingly for us so far, but it'll probably take him a while to settle. In terms of sales, we sold Joe Watkin to Rangers for 40k, nothing major there. Alex Lorenzo's now come back to us. We recalled him from his loan. He hasn't actually played yet because of a long injury that he had, but given he's improved a fair bit, he's now 3-star. I thought I'd recall him. Conor Hellier went on loan to Stoke. Ivan Dont went to Werder Bremen for £29 million. He was useful because he was so versatile in the forward positions, but I thought we can't really turn down that money. And then Graham Graves, who looks like absolutely nothing, we sold for 400k with a 50% sell-on clause. So we did some business, but not it wasn't the busiest of months. And our wage budget really hamstrung any chances of making many more signings. But yeah, let's have a quick look at how our players have been going on. So Yervolino is now on 16 goals 14 in 18 Premier League games with 2 assists, so still very, very good. I think he's effectively a leading Premier League player now, so very nice. Simoes is our top-rated player. He's done really well in the Champions League and then very well in the Premier League, although he's slowed down a bit in the Premier League, actually. There was a point, I think he might have been on 6 goals and 7 assists in 13. Now he's on 7 goals and 7 assists in 19. So hopefully we can get him firing again soon. He's back to... there was a point where it said he was near his full potential. Now it says he could improve significantly. So let's hope that is the case. I suspect it might not be because he's 20 and he's got no extra golden star or half a star to improve by, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, I've just noticed he's 193 centimetres. We have a really tall team. For a winger, 15 jumping reach and 15 heading is pretty good. And actually he can play as a striker. But yeah, we've done pretty well this season, but we need to... I don't know how we're going to manage it. We have basically no midfielders. We've got 4 midfielders? 5 midfielders, but only really one defensive midfielder, and then Camavinga can't play there, but that takes him away from other positions, and Galbraith is a major step down from that. Anyway, let's hope we can get a good result in this first game against Atletico. Here we go then. This is today's lineup, pretty much our usual lineup, except Manole is injured for a few weeks, and therefore he's not going to be playing any part in today's game. Chamba has just come back from AFCON, I think, hence why this Philip Robertson's very unhappy about me starting when he looks tired. But we just have to play him because it's either that or Galbraith, and then we wouldn't have any other midfielders available. So hopefully he can just about get us through. Looks like Atletico Madrid have Mourinho as manager. I mean, it suits the style, but I suspect he probably has too many loyalties to Real Madrid to do that in reality. So Atletico are in bad form in, presumably, the league. 3 losses in 5 games. Don't know whether they'll have been playing Barcelona and Real Madrid and then just had another dodgy game or what. But that's certainly a good sign for our chances in this game. Let's see what the boys can do for us today. Camavinga and Jones both nervous already. I'm surprised Camavinga is. He's usually completely calm. He relishes big matches and is very consistent as well. So a bit surprised to see him nervous, although he's sorted it out now. He's sorted it out. Jones into Jones. He meekly gives it up. Thankfully, the clearance just was to absolutely no one, so Carrazzo was able to collect it. Warburton loses out to Evan Nielsen. Oblak must be getting on now, Oblak. And that's pretty poor from him. I think we'll go on to positive just because we are controlling possession and might as well try and turn the screw while Atletico are in poor form. But Oblak must be really old now, 36 years old. Still got some very good stats. I suspect he'll be a bit worse next year on FM because he's had a pretty shocking season in real life, having had many years where he was really incredible. Oh, that's a brilliant save though from Oblak. No idea how he kept that out, and now Poku chasing away, brilliantly dealt with by Warburton. It looks like we head into half-time with the lead intact. We're really controlling this game, but it would be good to get a second or even third goal to make the second leg more comfortable because, we will be away, and I often find that your team just doesn't perform at all well away in Europe. You just need to rely on a good home result. It's certainly promising that they've had so few chances, but you don't want to give them any chance of turning it around with a shock in the second leg. That's a brilliant ball into Jones. Can he do something with it? He finds Stanijevic, and that's 2-0. That was a simply sensational pass. I don't know who it was. It was Simoes. He won't get any goal contribution added to his statistics for that, but that was well worth a goal or an assist. Brilliant pre-assist there. And I think we'll rest him now. Get on Heung-min Son. Nice for him still to be playing Champions League football at his big age. Let's get Ethan Galbraith on for Chamber, I think, given he's needing some rest. Move Camavinga back into defensive midfield. And who else do I bring on, if anyone? Warburton for Lukacs. Yeah, seems like the most sensible thing to me. Hopefully won't cost us, but I think it's useful to give a bit of rotation, and Warburton is probably my favourite and best player. Between him and Yervalino, I think. But I think Warburton's just so consistent as well that it really does help. I suspect we may live to regret taking him off. Thankfully not there. But, we don't want to start giving away chances now. Heung-min Son sends it in, and Carrazza just over the bar. And let's get a bit of time wasting on. Nothing like giving Atletico a taste of their own medicine. Good performance. We could maybe try to sneak a third goal, but I think that's a very, very mature performance from the lads. Controlled the game throughout, and really good play from us. I don't know how much money we'll get from it, but so Chamba needs to rest. We will rest him for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can rest him for a week because he won't play against Crystal Palace. But yeah, I was really struggling to find good defensive midfielders in January. I mean, it didn't help that we had basically no money. But I would love to sign one because it's an area we're really short. And we could just do with that extra steel in the midfield and just an extra body as well that you can rely on. Anyway, let's head into the next game. Actually, before we go into this next game, I want to show you something else, which is PSG played Hanover 1-5-1 and Haaland scored every single goal again. I don't know if he's just not seemingly that prolific in the league, but he has 24 goals and 1 assist in 8 Champions League games. What? I don't understand that at all, but he's basically averaging about 4 goals a game. So well done to the lad. He's doing pretty well. And let's head into this next game after I just show you how we've done since that first leg. So we beat Crystal Palace 2-0 at home. Galbraith and Danny Jones scoring. Galbraith actually scored a couple of absolute bangers recently. That was a stunner. We then lost 4-2 to Liverpool away from home in the FA Cup. Not overly upset by that because it means we don't have quite as much fixture congestion. We'll probably end up with a couple more sort of weak gaps than we would have otherwise. We then beat Watford 3-1 with Weaver, Yervalino and Garnier getting on to the score sheet before beating Chelsea with an absolute beauty of a goal from Danny Jones. It was sort of Carrazza crossed the ball from a rebounded free kick. Wasn't really going anywhere, and then for no apparent reason, Danny Jones just did like a 35-yard volley where his entire body was off the ground and volleyed it in first time. Beautiful goal, absolutely stunning, and we beat Chelsea, which means we've actually overtaken them in the league. We have. Arsenal have now gone ahead thanks to their goal difference, but we are sitting. Oh no, it must be Liverpool that leapfrogged us actually, because we were level on points with top. So Liverpool clearly have managed to get another goal. Another win. And now we sit 5 points clear with 8 games to go from Man City. Not really a guarantee at this point, but I guess actually they must have dropped points because I think they could have got closer than that. Oh, they lost 2-0 to Fulham. Well, thank you very much, Fulham. I very much appreciate that. And if we can then beat them at home on the 31st of March, that would be very beneficial for our chances of, getting ahead of them and staying in the Champions League next season. I would absolutely love, because it would allow us to continue to sign players of that level. And hopefully, I really hope our reputation goes up soon. In any case, we have now had the full increase of the racehorse ground, so we've now had 7,877 seats added, and that means that we're at 20,877. So we'll move back to the racehorse ground as our home ground immediately. And this stadium was built in 1864, so I guess we haven't moved anytime recently. So perhaps there's opportunity for buying a stadium at some point or creating a new one. But given we've just expanded, I can't imagine the board will sanction us going for another one. Who knows? Here is today's lineup then. A fair bit of rotation going on as Dirk Amstein comes into Amstein comes into the centre-back position. Beltran, back from injury, replaces Warburton, who is a little bit tired after that last game. Weaver continues on the right-hand side, having impressed me recently. I'm hoping that he'll start to creep up in terms of his stats as well, because he's done pretty well, and he's got lots of potential, but I haven't really seen it translate to his attributes. Galbraith will start in the central midfield as the box-to-box with Camavinga in defensive midfield, Stanijevic with Mazzala. Son starts on the left with Yervolino up front. I don't know how well Atleti have been doing since that first leg, actually. Is there a way I can check? Hopefully we don't concede really early and remove some of our advantage from the first leg. It'd be nice to get an early goal just to settle the nerves again and to solidify our position. Weaver here, brilliant play into Yervolino, who couldn't get the ball down low enough. Let's see how have Atletico Madrid been doing. I've just clicked off it. That's not very impressive. They seem to have picked up their form since. Actually, they got a 1-0 away win against Barcelona with Pulisic getting the goal. 2-0 Pulisic scoring again, and then 4-0 against Cadiz. So I guess the games that they lost would have been that Real Madrid game, Girona, and Valencia. So they're in better form and probably better morale than they were for the first game, and we are away. So it's going to be a tough match. But if we can just get another goal, I'd fancy us to go through without too many difficulties. I thought that I'd gone in for Amstein, to be honest, or Amstein. I keep saying Amstein. It's definitely Amstein. I know how to say these things in German. I'm not great with every language, but I'm pretty good with German. And I know how that name is said, but for whatever reason, I keep misreading it. I say it's going to be difficult, but we are actually... we've had 11 shots, only 2 on target, of course, because, we can't be too good going forward. But 11 shots is good compared to 0. Understatement of the century, to be honest. But, I think we're doing much better than I thought we would. I thought this was going to be a tough game, but we seem to be controlling it still, even though Atleti, ironically, have a lot more possession than us. It doesn't exactly fit with my perceptions of Atletico, but clearly that's just my own brain being stuck in its old ways of assuming about certain teams. Let's get Garnier on, because Yervolino is rather tired, but maybe he can get a last minute goal before he goes off, or maybe Atletico will get one back. Good save from Bazunu, stayed strong, and prevented Pulisic from adding to his recent streak. I think Stanijevic, given he's very tired and hasn't been playing amazingly today, will get him off for Leclerc. Who should we get on now? Perhaps Brett Powell. Camavinga come off for anyone? Not really. Gary Weaver could come off for Olmos. I maybe will do that actually. I think that's the. While we're in a decent position, might as well bring on Olmos, see if he can get a goal, because he's not really set the world on fire yet. Not for us at least, but He's got a lot of potential, so he just needs to get a few good ratings on his belt, under his belt, and we can start to see the improvement. And here is almost finds Garnier in behind. That's a really good ball from him. And that's unfortunate. Really powerful strike from Garnier. Almost got an assist, which I think would have been his first goal contribution for the club, but sadly didn't work out in the end. Garnier's done well to take that down. Oh, Marcos Paulo almost troubling. Well, really did trouble Oblak there. And now Oblak whacks it out. Amstein, though, happy to deal with that one. No real pressure on him. Leclerc gets the ball back from a rebound. And Galbraith, he should be scoring there. Or at least getting it on target, which, if he did get it on target, I don't think the keeper could have got there. That is a bit disappointing from Galbraith, particularly given he's scored in 2 of his last 3 games. But, good performance from the lads. Saw it out professionally with not our strongest team. And we are through to the quarter-final. We're going to receive £8.2 million. That means we have £73 million in the bank. Very good for the transfer budget next year. Here we go then. This is the draw for the quarter-final and semi-final of the Champions League. So Bayern are first, facing Juventus. Real Madrid versus Chelsea. Wrexham versus Milan. A rematch of our group game where hopefully we won't be absolutely mullered in our away leg. That's probably the second best opponent I would have wanted. I would have probably wanted Juve first. I don't know how good Juve are nowadays. They are first, so they're certainly improved on real life at the moment, but they are quite old. But yeah, so we have probably not the worst team to draw. I don't know how Bayern are first. Is it just teams that are in first, pretty much? Second, obviously, for Real Madrid, because Barcelona are first. PSG will naturally be first, because they always have a bit of a monopoly on that. Chelsea in fourth, but they were in first until they played us. Let's see, if we do get through to the semi-final, we will play Real Madrid or Chelsea. Probably the slightly easier end of the draw, just because it means not Barcelona or PSG. But yeah, I think we have a good chance to cause an upset against Milan. I don't know quite whether we're expected to beat them or not, because I think that one game was a complete, unexpected result. I don't think that was representative of our quality or their quality. But let's hope we can get a win, because we didn't win in either group game against them. And let's see what happens in the next episode. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps me out. I hope to see you next time, but in the meantime, have a great day.